Okay, let's come into mountain pose. Feet together. Make sure your knees are over your ankles. Make sure your hips are over your knees. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slightly tuck your chin in. Coming into mountain pose. You're going to feel like there's a string being pulled to the top of your head. So you're standing up really tall. Really grounding ourselves. We can rock our weight forward and back, left and right. We're evenly distributing the weight in our feet. You want to stand up really tall, really feel the expansion across your chest. We're on our phone and our computers, our chests are hunched over all day long like this, and we're not expanded through our heart chakra. Just feel that expansion across your chest. Slightly tuck that chin in. And then from here, let's bring our hands to our heart. And then we're going to warm up our spine. So inhale, reach up really tall, staying on your heels. Exhale, come forward. Slowly roll to the top. Your head's going to come up last. Inhale, exhale forward. Do that 10 times. Inhale, this time come up onto your toes. Come forward. Inhale up and then exhale down. And then let's do one more. Come back to center, come back to mountain pose, coming into Tadasana, feet together. Evenly distribute your weight, forward and back, left and right. Really pressing down into the feet, roll the shoulders back and down. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Create an intention for our practice tonight. Focus on the center of your chest, connect with your spirit. If you don't see a color, just make one up. Connect with your healing guides, your ancestors, teachers, higher power. We'll create an intention for our practice tonight. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to mountain pose, hands by your sides. Okay, let's start in warrior two. So bring the right foot out. Left foot comes back. Make sure your heel is lined up with the middle of your left foot. Arms come out to a T. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle. So you're really feeling this expansion across your chest. Look out past your right fingertips here. Take some deep breaths. Elbows down, bring the left foot forward. Do that on the left. Left foot forward, right foot back. Push your knees over your ankle. Bring your arms to a T. You're going to really feel the expansion across your chest here. Really pressing down on the outside edges of the feet here. Activating Warrior 2. Hips come down, bring the right foot forward, shake that out if you need to. Let's come back to mountain pose. Feet together, pull the shoulders back and down. Come into chair pose. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring all the weight in your heels. Look forward, take some deep breaths here. Let's release that. Let's come into ragdoll. Inhale, reach up really tall, staying on the heels. Exhale, come forward, bending at the hips. Grab your elbows here. Let your head fall forward. Let your neck fall forward. Let your shoulders relax. Take some deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Slowly roll to the top. Your head's going to come up last. Come back to mountain pose, feet together, hands by the sides. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slightly tuck your chin in, creating a really straight spine. Now let's do that again. Let's come into chair pose again. Let's do chair pose with a twist. So inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. I'm going to look as far left as you can. Deepening the twist with your eyes. Make sure your knees stay behind your toes. Left hand comes forward. Let's release that. Inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, come forward, bending at the hips, coming into ragdoll. Top. Feet together. Let's come into mountain pose. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stand up really tall. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So it may seem like we're not doing anything here, but this posture is so important. Really just creating a straight spine, tucking that chin in, really creating all that space in between your vertebrae. This is really important. This is how your energy runs. So you want to create lots of space in your spine. Okay, let's come into chair pose on the right. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, look to the right. Bring the right arm forward. Let's release that. Inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, come forward, bending at the hips. Grab your elbows. Let your head fall forward. Let your neck fall forward. Let your shoulders relax. Take some deep breaths here. Keep breathing into your shoulders. Now let's come into a twist. We'll bring the right hand to the left foot. Inhale, look up towards that left hand. Exhale. Feel the twist in the back of the legs on the left side. And then come back to center. Let's do that on the other side. So your left hand, your right foot. Inhale, twist to the right. Come back to center. Slowly come to the top. Then come back to mountain pose. So my yoga teacher passed away, so trying not to cry. Didn't want to cancel yoga. So that's happening. Okay, so let's come into triangle pose. So right foot forward, left foot back. Make sure your heels line up. Your left butt is straight. And then bring your arms to a T. We're going to inhale. And then exhale, come down. So bring your hand to your calf. Look up towards your left hand. You can bring it lower if you want. You just don't want to like crunch down. You still want to keep the length in the left side. Just keeping some length in here. Down towards that right hand through right side. And then bring your left hand down, bend that right knee, come back to center. Let's come back to mountain pose. Actually, let's do that on the other side. So bring the left foot forward, right foot comes back. And then straighten that left leg. Your heels are lined up. Then bring your arms to a T. And then we're going to inhale. And then come over to the left and come down. Exhale. So look up towards that right hand. Take some deep breaths here. So the yoga teacher can't really talk about, so I'm not going to. Bring the right arm down, and the left knee. Come back to mountain pose. Stand up really tall. My point is that I'm trying not to just shove my feelings down. I'm trying to feel my feelings, but then you just cry, so I'm crying. Sorry. Okay, and then let's do a sun salutation. Let's come to the front of our mat and come back into mountain pose. Just center yourself. Give me a second. Okay, feet together. Hands to your heart. And we're going to inhale. We're going to lift back through the rib cage. So we're protecting the low back here by lifting through the ribs instead of lifting up the low back. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. And then we're going to come into a halfway lift. So palms are pressing into the shins, creating a really flat back here. And then exhale, come down. We'll start with the right foot back into a high lunge. Take a couple breaths here. Left foot comes back. We're coming into plank. Feet together. Keep your butt low. Zip your navel up into your spine. Make sure your elbows stay over your wrists, your shoulders. And then come into chaturanga, halfway down. Come all the way down. And you come into Sphinx. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Push back into downward dog. Feet hip width apart, hands hip width apart. Take some deep breaths here. Pedal your feet left and right if that feels good. Take some deep breaths here. Stretching the spine, creating an elongated spine. Then we're going to look forward. Right foot forward. Left foot comes back. And left foot comes forward. And then slowly roll to the top. Your head's going to come up last. Come back to mountain pose. Feet together. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So bring your hands to your heart. And then we're going to inhale, reach back through the ribs, lifting through the rib cage. Then exhale, come forward. And then we're going to come into a halfway lift, push into the shins, creating a really flat back. Top of the head faces the front of the room. And come back down. And we're going to bring the left foot back, high lunge. Right foot comes back into plank. Come halfway down. All the way down. The Sphinx. Goes under the shoulders. Inhale, look up. Slowly come down. Push back into downward dog. Take some deep breaths here. Paddle your feet left and right if that feels good. Forward. And bring your left foot forward. Bring your right foot forward. Slowly roll to the top. Your head's going to come up last. Come back to mountain pose. Stand up really tall. Okay, from here, let's come into eagle pose, Gardadasana. This is a balancing posture, so find that point in front of you to help you balance. Bring your right arm up. Bring your left arm under. Find that point in front of you to help you balance. Come into your curtsy. Release your hands, release your feet. Shake that out if you need to. Let's do that on the other side. Left arm comes up, right arm comes under. Bring that left foot over. Release that. Release your foot. Shake that out if you need to. Let's come into Ardha Chandrasana on the right, half moon pose. Inhale, reach up really tall, come under your toes. Exhale, come down, come over to the right. So really feel the stretch all down the left side. Come back to center, big circle with the arms. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, reach up really tall. Come down to your heels, come over to the left. Come back to center, big circle with the arms. And then let's come into a forward fold. Actually, come to the front of your mat. Let's come into a forward fold. Inhale, reach up really tall. Down your heels, come forward. Grab the back of your legs here. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can bring your chest a little closer to the top of your thighs. See with every exhale, if you could get your thighs closer to your chest, deepening the posture. Then let's walk back into plank. Feet together. Make sure your shoulders stay over your wrists. Try to spread your fingers as far apart as you can here. Rock the weight to the front of your hands. Coming into chaturanga. Then come all the way down. And then let's push back into child's pose. Feet together. Knees either together or hip width apart. Take some deep breaths here. Let's come into a seated position. And let's do our addiction meditation. So fingers up on the tops of the pads of the palms, thumbs on the temples. We're gently clenching the back molars while we're saying sa ta nama mentally. let's come into pigeon pose. So we're going to come onto all fours, and then we're going to bring our right foot across. And take some deep breaths here, breathing in to that right hip. Oh, so high, oh, so high. 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 Let's switch sides. Oh, so high, so high. Oh, so high, so high. Oh, so high. Oh, so high. Oh, so high. So high. So long, so long. Oh, so long, so long. Right foot in. Stretch that other leg out. And then let's come back into a seated position. Let's come into cobbler pose. Let's bring both your feet together. Sit up really tall. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. I am peace. Peace is in me. It's in you. Bring the right foot out. Let's come into extended side stretch. Inhale, really tall. Exhale, come over to the right. Believe it. Face that right knee, come down. Peace is in me. Is in me. Inhale up. Exhale, let's do that on the other side. Inhale. Exhale.
Feel the victory inside.
As the right foot in.
Throughout your entire being.
Let's come into cobbler pose again.
Reigns.
Inhale. Exhale, come forward.
Oh, so high. Oh, so high.
Just in position.
So high. So high.
Let's bring our feet to the mat. Let's come down. Come down to your back. Bring your knees into your chest.
Oh, so high. Oh, so high.
Rock left and right if that feels good.
Oh, so high. Oh, so high.
And then let's come into Shavasana. Let the feet fall to each side. Palms face the ceiling. Just take up as much space on your mat here as you'd like. Just focus on your breath. Inhale through the nose, push your belly out. Exhale through your nose, push your belly in. You can put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart if you'd like. Take some deep breaths. mind has started to wander, just bring it back to the breath. See if you can follow the breath going into your lungs, going in through your nose, down into your lungs, down into your belly, and back out through the nostrils. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your arm up over your side and roll over onto your side. Come up into a seated position. Eyes closed, bring your hands to your heart.